Well, did he do it? Is Will Smith, the Scientologist, follower of Nation of Islam, back? Because Bad Boys is making over $50 million. Well, let's back up. Let me put on my cinematic cap, because a lot of people don't know how Hollywood works. Now, these numbers are not real. They're estimates. We've got to wait for Monday or Tuesday for the final numbers. However, can't deny the obvious. This is a success. Not a massive success, but is a success. So the early projections for Bad Boys Parte 4, Ride or Die, was around 30 to 40 million. So 50 million is mathematically above that. So the 30 number was kind of shocking because it's Will Smith, global icon. He can only give you a 30 million box office? That's pretty weak. So no, apparently Will can get in at least 50 million, which today, in the era of a $100 billion budget or $200 billion budget, because you got to pay him a lot of money, is not that impressive. That said, if these numbers do track and he even gets to 60 million, then usually the rule is you chop it by half, right? In other words, it gets 60 million this weekend, 30 million the next weekend, then 15, and so on and so forth. So at least stateside, it should make a little over 100 million. At this point, it's projected to make over 100 globally. Good or bad, Bad Boys Part 4 should be able to make back its money. It may not make a profit theatrically, but it should do okay and break even. Because again, the movie theaters take about half the money. So that 56 million that people are projecting, that's not really 56 profit, right? The film has made, I guess, roughly 28 million. So there you go. You got to watch the accounting here. So again, a lot of people don't know how Hollywood works. They think, oh my God, Will Smith just made $56 million. That's not how it works. And there's a lot of people that got to pay back. So does that mean anti-Scientology, the anti-Farrakhan, the anti-cult people have lost out? It's a major, loss for them? Or Scientology lingo, it's a down stat or whatever it is? No, I don't think so. Will, I think, is still very much on the edge. His last couple of projects didn't do so well. He used to have the golden touch. If he produced something, wrote something, directed something, he only had really one massive flop. Well, two, going back to the 90s technically. Wild Wild West and After Earth. Those are the only massive failures he had. And After Earth does matter because that was very pro-Scientology. That did not make any money. And it's not been revived. There's been no reassessing, it's really a secret masterpiece by M. Night Shyamalan. No. It's a legit flop. And Wild West, that's also a flop, but that's a Hollywood thing. That's not really involved with cults. I would have to say, and there's no nice way of putting it, speaking brutally, the black community, or at least a large part of it, doesn't seem to care about this or even supporting this stuff. So that's a little alarming. How do we know this? Because Will stopped by a Cinemark, and I'm not black, I'm not from LA, but apparently that's a big theater that black people go to. He went there, sat with the audience. They loved it. It wasn't packed. It wasn't like every seat was, right? Everyone had a movie ticket, but it was a pretty healthy attendance. He came out. Everyone loved him. They took photos. So clearly, a certain part of public opinion has shifted his way. But I will be honest, I've studied the Nation of Islam a long time, and even I was shocked when they turned to Scientology. I was like, what? Even I could not predict that. And I think many black people rightly are very suspicious of Scientology. So got to spread the good word that, maybe Farrakhan and David Miscavige have made a devil deal, to put it mildly, and they're profiting from each other. But I don't think a large part of, quote, black opinion will follow them. So I still think some people are not aware that Will is that deep into Scientology. So there's some hope that some people can be persuaded not to subsidize him. That said, it is what it is. It is a success. We got to work harder at spreading knowledge about the very ugly activities going on in Hollywood. But still, it is what it is. As a Bad Boys fan, I'm not too delighted. I don't think this one is for me. But as a movie fan overall, I think this is good. Apparently this is making money. Garfield is making money. And Kingdom of Apes did not do spectacularly well, but it did okay. So this whole the box office is dead or movie theaters are dead, no, that's not true. But it is troubling that the kind of movies that will make money are the kind of pro-cult film stars like Tom Cruise and Will Smith. That is still very alarming. It's kind of sad, but again, from a movie fan perspective, this is a good weekend. But from a cult perspective, it is pretty sad. And there we are.